2 days ago, I made this video about Chip Kelly after that horrendous bullshit I seen on Saturday night. Today, while I was at work, I found out that he got fired as the Philadelphia head coach of the Eagles. He got fired. I found that today at work. I think it was around like 7:45 when one of my friends told me, and he was like, "Oh," and I had to literally ask him, "Are you joking?" And he showed me on his phone that the news broke that he got fired. And I don't feel sorry for Chip Kelly at all, because when you're so self-conceited and you're so arrogant in your ways, this is what's going to happen. Now everybody gets caught up in the first him having two winning seasons. But what they failed to look at with those two winning seasons, he did it with Andy Reid's personnel. He did it with Deshaun Jackson. He did it with LaShawn McCoy. He did it with Jeremy Maclin. He did it with a better offensive line with Todd Hermans and Jason Peters and Jason Kelsey. He did it with those guys. And now they when he let those guys go, the decline started to happen. You can see it right there from 2013 to 2015. The decline started to happen. And I had to watch a lot of NFL Network, had to read a lot of articles before I decide to give you my point of view. And not just my point of view, but factual evidence of why he needs to be fired. It's funny because I was talking to my friend and we had a little debate, and he said he should get an extra year, and a lot of people say he should get an extra year. I'm not the type of guy, if I see something that is a pattern that is not going to change, I'm not going to go for it anymore. Okay? It's like with the console war, with Xbox, with the previous generation. It started to have these lack of games. It started not to care about the consumer. It started to be, bad business practices, treat your consumer like shit, while the other company is providing you what you want. Chip Kelly is not providing us what we want. He's only interested in his self ego. This guy right here who got fired because you don't know what you're doing in personnel decisions. It's completely evident. But I had to watch NFL Network. I had to hear Nate and Michael Robinson talk, and I guess they don't want to like bash the guy, but frankly, I'm not here about care about a man's feeling. If you're doing a poor job, I'm gonna call you out on it. And they're talking about Chip the personnel guy got Chip the coach fired. Well, Chip the personnel guy got himself messed up by being the coach as well, not realizing that. Because when you make a bad decision in personnel, you don't compile that problem by continuously being arrogant in the way you're coaching. Okay, you signed DeMarco Murray. No, matter of fact, let's not even start with DeMarco. You trade LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso. Do you even do research on the defensive side? Does he fit what you want to do in a 3-4 scheme? Because Kiko Alonso played in a 4-3 scheme. He's a coverage linebacker. Then you signed DeMarco Murray to $40 million, $42 million, $18 million guaranteed. And you use him as a situational back. You let the running back you had go that fit your system perfectly, that ran the system better than DeMarco, and then you get a guy that is a north-south down runner, physical guy that wants to get down here, that wants to punish, that wears on the defense, and you're trying to make him the same guy. So a lot of people are going to be like, DeMarco Murray sucks, but if you have any clue about football, if you watch the games and just don't watch highlights, Chip Kelly doesn't help DeMarco Murray at all. You're giving him the ball in situations where the defense knows he's going to get it. There's no clever design. People talk about he's an innovator. How can he be so innovative and so, you know, blatant in what you're doing that you don't even realize what you're doing with DeMarco is just completely stupid. I'm just showing you guys the stats that I showed you in the previous video, the statistics, because the personnel guy is the same guy as the head coach guy. So I don't agree with Michael Robinson at all because the head coach guy is the same exact guy that's the personnel guy. He coaches like his offense, his scheme is it's the driving force. No, it's not. 22.8 points per game. You're 16th in the NFL. You're 7-12 in your last 19 games. I don't know. Now I don't know if Bradford will be back here. Uh, we'll get to who's going to be Chip Kelly's replacement in a little bit, but these are the personnel decisions that Chip Kelly does, that Chip Kelly did. He deserves to get fired, but I didn't expect it to happen this soon, this quick, this fast. You can't run the same plays over and over again and expect nothing to change. That's complete arrogance. And far as his replacement, I like the guy that we used to have here that was under Jim Johnson, a Jim Johnson disciple. He's over there in Carolina and he's doing one hell of a job with that defense, and it's Sean McDermott. I would like to see him get a second chance. Help this defense get good. And once again, Jeffrey Lurie fires him, and I hear a lot of people giving him credit for firing him this quick, but he deserves blames too. Because when he was out there on the market, you was infatuated with getting Chip Kelly. You wanted this guy. I wanted Gus Bradley. That's the guy I wanted. I wanted Gus Bradley. I'm not saying Gus Bradley would have been the next Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, or Bruce Arians, or any of those guys. But I would have liked to see him get a chance. The reason I didn't want Chip Kelly, because I already had evidence of this through national championship games. Don't make adjustment. Big games don't make adjustment. That's why he lose big games in college. If he thinks he's going to go back to the NFL and do the same shit, he's in for a rude awakening because it's not going to work out that way. Chip Kelly, the head coach guy, is the same guy as the personnel guy. The arrogant way he calls plays. Sam Bradford can't make audibles at the line of scrimmage to check something. If he sees a blitz, he can't tell Jordan Matthews to run a hot route. That's coaching. Penalties, constant penalties on your team. That's coaching. Tackling, coaching, coach fundamentals. Do you even care about the defensive side of the football? Or are you just so enamored with offense? You can't have your defense on the field that much and think you can keep going 3-and-out at that high pace tempo offense. It doesn't work that way. This is the National Football League. This is the NFL. Defenses catch up. They have a book on you. You know what happens when they have a book on you, Chip? I'll clue you in. Adjust. You have to change. You can't be so arrogant. You can't try to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's stupid. It's idiotic. It's asinine. You're not going to put your hand in a shark's mouth and expect nothing to happen. It's funny, I said that yesterday. If he doesn't get his shit together, he's out. And reports are saying that players didn't, buy into a system. Jason Peters rather play for the owner than the head coach. That's when you need to go to when the players start losing faith in you. And then Jeffrey Lurie asks you to step down as the personnel and you laugh in his face and then you just expect to think you're going to keep your job. You're a self-conceited, egotistic coach. You're not going to win unless you make adjustments. Now it's time to look forward and see who's going to lead our team. I hope this teaches Chip Kelly a lesson. I hope he really gets taught a lesson here because You can't let your ego dictate how you coach on the field. Because if DeMarco Murray goes to his owner and he's telling his owner that I want more playing time, I want the ball, and then the coach, who's also the personnel guy who brought him in here, gets ass hurt, and so I guess I can't even find a word. He gets so ass hurt over the fact that he went to the owner so he get more playing time, and then you just sit him and you don't want to play him because you want to show him that you don't do that type of stuff. You come to me, and I'm pretty sure he came to you, and you still not giving him the ball, and you still not giving him the ball in a way he can succeed in your system. You don't make adjustments. You don't try to fit what your talent has. You have Brent Selleck. You make him a blocker. Very capable tight end. Byron Maxwell, I don't agree with the price tag he's got paid for, but I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's a good number 2 corner. But that's Chip Kelly's decision to sign him at that price tag and for people to rip him for not playing at a number 1 corner because he's getting paid like that. You trade Brandon Boykins and we have EJ Biggers who can't cover. Chip the coach, Chip the personnel guy. Same people. There's no Jekyll and Hyde. It's all Hyde. Chip, it's over. Now we got to look forward. We got to see if we can get this team being good. I hope this teaches y'all a lesson. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Somatic and I'm out.